Daniel Ricciardo is making a surprising move that's got everyone talking. It seems like he's following Lewis Hamilton's lead by stepping into the world of movies and TV. Yep, you heard it right. The Red Bull driver is set to become an executive producer for a pilot called Downforce. So, what's going on here? Is Ricciardo leaving F1? Or is this just a side project? Let's dive into this video today to find out what's really going on with Ricciardo and his unexpected move. Daniel Ricciardo, the race car driver for Team Visa Cash App RB, is trying something new. Instead of racing, he's going into the entertainment business. He's going to help make a funny show for Hulu called Downforce. It's a big move for Ricciardo, like what Lewis Hamilton did with his projects. Ricciardo talked about his new venture in an interview with RaceFans in 2022. He said, "Obviously, I hope it's a success, but it's not intended to challenge any of those, whether it's Lewis's or Drive to Survive." He also mentioned, "I think it will be completely different, but if you said 5 other drivers have said they're doing projects, honestly, that would make me happy. Because we're obviously trying to push the sport out into a bigger audience." He hopes his show will be a hit and bring more people into the world of racing. Not only this, Ricciardo even mentioned he didn't want the show to focus too much on him being involved. He said, "I'm just going to be there kind of as a fan in the background trying to lend some light." The Hulu series Downforce is not only Ricciardo's first step into entertainment, but also shows a trend where famous athletes get into creative work related to their careers. Downforce is a made-up story about the heiress of a Formula One team who suddenly has to take charge of the team. Her journey in the intense world of Formula One promises funny moments and deep insights, similar to shows like Entourage and Ballers. The official description of the pilot, as reported by Variety, says, when the heiress to a dynastic racing team is thrust back into the family business, she needs to make some hard choices about the future of the team and her family's legacy. The series aims to attract fans of Netflix's Drive to Survive, which has made Formula One more popular in the United States and has significantly increased Ricciardo's fanbase. Alec Berg and Adam Conti will write and be in charge of the series. Ricciardo will work with Marty Bowen, Wick Godfrey, Alec Berg, Adam Conti, and Amy Solomon as an executive producer. Ricciardo's involvement is expected to make the show more credible and help market it to Formula One fans. Ricciardo is already well liked among F1 fans, and the executive producer of Drive to Survive, Paul Martin, says the show wouldn't exist without him. Formula One drivers are increasingly branching out into other business ventures beyond racing. For example, Lewis Hamilton is working as an executive producer on a Formula One movie rumored to be titled Apex. The film is expected to feature stars like Brad Pitt and Damson Idris. While an exact release date hasn't been announced, it's anticipated to hit screens in 2025. How is Ricciardo following in Hamilton's footsteps? Hamilton has taken steps into production, serving as a producer for an upcoming Formula One-inspired movie starring Brad Pitt. He's keen for the film to be diverse and represent the future of the sport. Hamilton recently turned 39 and has been racing in F1 since 2007. During his career, he's achieved a record-breaking 104 pole positions and 103 Grand Prix wins, along with 7 world titles. He's been actively involved in casting and scripting for the movie. Despite his remarkable achievements, Hamilton is also planning for the future beyond racing. He recently signed a multi-year deal with Ferrari starting in 2025, ensuring his racing career continues into his early 40s. However, he's already contemplating what comes next once he decides to hang up his racing helmet. In a recent interview with GQ magazine, Hamilton opened up about why he's pursuing interests outside of racing, how they impact his performance on the track, and his long-term plans. Hamilton reflected, "When I first got into Formula One, it was wake up, train, racing, nothing else." He realized that just working all the time didn't bring him happiness. He felt something was missing and wasn't enjoying himself despite being at the top of his game in Formula One. He added, "There's no space for anything else. But I realized that working all the time doesn't bring you happiness, and you need to find a balance in life. And I found out that I was actually quite unhappy." Even though he had achieved his dream of being in Formula One and was competing at the highest level, he found himself unfulfilled. He realized there was more to him than just racing. He continued saying, "It's almost like being in a snow globe, that's the racing world, and there's so much more outside of it that you just don't have time to explore. I think if you go to an office every day and do the same process every single day, eventually you just zone out. You must find something else to soothe you and keep your mind going." Hamilton also shared insights from conversations with top athletes from various sports about retiring at the right time and finding meaningful projects afterward. He said, "I'd spoken to so many amazing athletes, from Boris Becker to Serena Williams, even Michael Jordan, talking to greats that I've met along the way who are retired or some that are still in the competition, and the fear of what's next, the lack of preparation for what's next." He further said, "A lot of them said, I stopped too early or stayed too long. When it ended, I didn't have anything planned. My whole world came crashing down because my whole life has been about that sport." Some of them were like, "I didn't plan and it was a bit of a mess up because I was really lost afterward. There was such a hole, such a void, and I had no idea how I was going to fill it. And I was in such a rush initially to try and fill it that you fill it with the wrong thing. And you make a few mistakes, and then eventually you find your way." He reflected further, "Some people took longer, some people took it shorter, but it just got my mind thinking about, okay, when I stop, how do I avoid that? And so I got serious about finding other things that I was passionate about." These insights have led Hamilton to take retirement planning seriously and explore his passions outside of racing to ensure a smoother transition when the time comes. Regarding his future passions beyond Formula One, Hamilton expressed a broad interest, saying, "I want to do everything." However, he highlighted film and fashion as his main focuses. He recently established his own production company, Dawn Apollo Films, and collaborated on collections with Tommy Hilfiger. Reflecting on his ambitions, Hamilton said, "I'm very ambitious, but I understand that you can't do it. I take that back because I don't believe in the word can't. To be a master at something, there's 10,000 hours it takes. Obviously, I've done that in racing. There's not enough time to master all of these different things." Hamilton's production company is currently working on a Formula One movie in collaboration with F1 and Apple Original Films. The untitled movie will feature Brad Pitt in one of the lead roles, with Joseph Kosinski directing and Jerry Bruckheimer and Chad Oman serving as producers. Steiner was also approached. In addition to Ricciardo and Hamilton, former Haas team principal Günther Steiner has been approached to be an executive producer for a potential show on CBS, which is currently in the early stages of development. Steiner gained prominence thanks to his appearances on the Netflix series Drive to Survive, which takes viewers behind the scenes of Formula One. The show is currently filming its 7th season in the paddock. F1 CEO Stefano Domenicali highlighted the success of Drive to Survive during a recent investor presentation. He stated, "Season 6 of Drive to Survive premiered on February 23rd. It reached the top 10 on Netflix in over 40 markets." Domenicali also noted that the series has high completion rates, meaning many viewers watch the entire season, making it a hit for the streaming service. The popularity of Drive to Survive has attracted interest in similar projects, such as the proposed show on CBS. Steiner's involvement in this potential project further demonstrates the growing appeal of Formula One-themed content beyond traditional racing broadcasts. So what do you think of Ricciardo's surprising move to a new career as a producer? Is something going on with the F1 driver's career move? Comment below your views and subscribe for more.